Grilled by Patterson. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Dale Grothman. Grilled by Patterson. You lied! The words were snapped out like the spiteful crack of a revolver by Captain McCarthy, whose great bulking form towered over the cowering figure of Wellington Van Sant. You murdered your father, shouted McCarthy, as his eyes, with a baleful glare, held the red-rimmed orbs of the younger man. Aside from a white shaft of light that played on the features of the youth thus accused of murder, the room was in semi-darkness. McCarthy was resorting to that time-worn instrument of torture of the police, known as the third degree. You murdered your father, I tell you, yelled McCarthy. I didn't, replied young Van Sant. His eyes were bloodshot, and in them there was a haunted look of a creature in fear of death. You lie! You did! Here's the gun with which you finished the old man. And McCarthy shoved the revolver with which he declared the crime had been committed before Van Sant's eyes. Your fingerprints are on its wooden butt. It's been identified as your gun. A shudder of agony convulsed the figure of the younger man. His weak chin trembled, and his lips sagged at the corners. The muscles of his face twisted and contorted into a grimace of abject fear. Tears welled up in his eyes. Would this torture never end? I didn't murder my father, whined Van Sant. The gun was stolen from my room by the murderer. I haven't. There was a resounding clack of the impact of flesh against flesh as the heavy open hand of McCarthy fell full on the white cheek of the alleged murderer. Van Sant's head went back with a jolt. You've told me that before. You know you are lying. You've done nothing but lie since you have been in this room. You're guilty of the murder of your father. Oh, Lord, stop it, will you? Pleaded Van Sant with tears in his eyes. Stop it! I tell you I didn't kill my father. The gun was stolen from my room by the man who murdered Dad, I tell you. Grasping the young man by either shoulder, McCarthy jerked him to his feet. Then, much like a terrier shakes a rat, he shook his prisoner. For a moment, he gazed into the eyes of Van Sant. Many criminals had quailed before the terrible glint which now showed in the eyes of the policeman. No one had ever been able to withstand those cold, cruel, steel blue eyes, which looked through, rather than at, the person upon whom they were fixed. With a final shake, McCarthy threw the accused man into his chair, and followed with a blow in the face. McCarthy straightened up, a grim smile of conquest playing about the corners of his cruel mouth, for his prisoner was thoroughly cowed, and would tell all. Cut! Yelled the director, and the cameraman of the Great Western studio ceased to turn the crank. That was great, boys, said the director jubilantly. It ought to get over on the big screen. The end of Grilled by Patterson.